Hi everyone, thank you for coming to my Vulnerably Badass YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about intermittent fasting. I did my resilience program last year, which focused on 6 different pillars, and one of the pillars was about wellness, and I talk about how to increase the quality of sleep, exercising, and nutrition. Because I was talking about this wellness, I started reading or listening to a lot of books on health and nutrition. And one of the books I read was Fast, Feast, Repeat. And this book is about intermittent fasting. And before I read that book, I had heard about intermittent fasting. Many of my American friends were doing it, and I knew that it was about skipping a breakfast and eating only 8 hours a day. And one of my friends told me the eating window was from 11 to 7, and I was thinking, no, I don't think I can do that because I want to eat breakfast with my son, and it's really important to share the breakfast time with him. But after reading Fast, Feast, Repeat, I don't know, I felt like, wait, maybe I can do that. And I remember another friend telling me that, this person really loved intermittent fasting, and it helps with, not only weight control, but more focus or feeling more healthy. So, yeah, after reading the book, Fast, Feast, Repeat, and also a book called Lifespan, or any other recent business books or self-development books, or science-based, nutrition and health books, it seems like all the message that I'm getting is many books talk about having enough time when you're not eating. And this book, Fast, Feast, Repeat, was, I think, the last, push for me to actually start. And I started it since end of October or beginning of November, after my husband came to Korea and stayed with me for 2 weeks, and we enjoyed all kinds of eating. And after he left and after I gained weight, I started doing that. And the rule is very simple. You eat only during your eating window. And this fasting, there are so many different windows. Some people recommend, like just eating once a day and like really fasting longer time, or some kind of like 1 day fasting, 3 day fasting. And I thought that's not possible for me. But I thought like daily 16-hour fasting and 8-hour eating window was doable for me. So what it is I start eating at 11 a.m. and finishing my dinner by 7 p.m. In Korea, I was able to do that because it was only me and my son, and I woke up early and we went to sleep early. So it was actually perfect timing. So when I prepare his breakfast, I prepare him breakfast, and I prepare myself black coffee or green tea or rooibos tea or black tea, and drink the drinks with him, and he will eat his breakfast, so we can still have breakfast time together. And the most important thing about this intermittent fasting, and especially this Fast, Feast, Repeat version, is that during that 16 hours that you're not eating, you have to do clean fast, clean fasting. That means you don't take any kind of, sugar or calories, and even teas. She's recommending just pure tea and black coffee. So if you drink coffee like chocolate flavored or hazelnut flavored, that's not clean fast. So I chose just plain regular coffee, and I don't want, and of course no sugar, no milk, no creamer, no nothing, just plain black coffee. And same for tea too, black tea, not like orange flavored tea. So I even tried to avoid Earl Grey because it has bergamot flavor, or lemon tea, nothing, just black tea or regular green tea. In the States, when I came to the States, when I tried to choose green tea, like there are so many green teas with added flavors, and so it was really difficult to find plain green tea, but very plain. And what I love the most is rooibos tea. It's caffeine free, and I love the taste, and no flavor, just pure tea, so I can drink it. So I even avoid something like peppermint tea or chamomile tea because I don't know how that affects, that kind of scent or flavor affects the insulin level or my body. So anyway, the only thing I am being careful is these flavors, So I drink water, hot water, black tea, black coffee, rooibos tea. And because I think it's warm, so it makes me kind of, full, not full, but at least I don't feel too much hunger. So it's helping me. And then from 11 o'clock, I can eat anything. Good thing about intermittent fasting is it's so flexible and you have so much freedom. It's not, you don't have to worry about eating less carb or no gluten or less fat. Basically, you can eat just anything, but that doesn't mean that you can eat a big package of ice cream every day or anything. But the point is you can continue your eating habit or whatever diet you were having before you start intermittent fasting. The only change is you limit the hours. So you're choosing when to eat, but not really changing what you eat. So that's the whole purpose. But in my case, I was doing less carb, try to avoid empty calories. So I continue to do the same thing. But sometimes, when you are invited by your friends and, if they serve you spaghetti or, a lot of rice, you don't want to say no. And of course, I love pasta, I love bread, all kinds of carbs I love, and desserts. So of course I want to enjoy the social part of eating. So that's why I love intermittent fasting, because I don't have to say no, like, oh no, I'm on this diet and I cannot eat this or nothing like that. And personally, I don't have any food preference, or I'm not a picky eater. So whenever someone wants to share with me, I eat it. So that's something I like about intermittent fasting. And another thing that I love is the flexibility of this window. You can move the window as long as you can keep the 8 hours. So for example, when I was in Korea, my regular window was 11 to 7. But when I was invited by my friend, and if I knew that I was gonna be drinking alcohol and it's gonna be late, let's say, I might be drinking up to 10 o'clock or something, then I just move my window and start eating at 2 o'clock so I can eat until 10 p.m. And if it's 11 p.m., then, I just shift my window. I just be a little bit more patient to start my lunch. Then I don't have to worry about saying no or telling them like, oh, I have to stop eating or drinking at this time. So I was able to enjoy time with my friends and any kind of food that I wanted. Of course, it's not like I'm eating all the unhealthy food every day, but my point is, even if you're eating whatever that seems unhealthy, you don't feel guilty, or you don't feel like, oh, I'm not supposed to eat this, but I'm eating, or that kind of psychological battle that you usually get when you are on certain kind of diet. But intermittent fasting is free from that. So I'm enjoying it. And here in DC, what's happening is my husband is on intermittent fasting too, but his window is later. His window is from 12 to 8. So I try to move my window so that I can eat with him. And another difference is he has 1 day break day, or rest day for fasting, which is Sunday, because he wants to make pancakes or waffles breakfast and have a family weekend breakfast time. So on Sunday we eat breakfast in the morning, like 9 or 8 or 9 or 10. So it's earlier than the regular window, and then we eat dinner. So the eating window is bigger, which means, you know, we're not staying in the 8-hour window. But I feel, yeah, just once a week is fine. The priority is having a good time with the family, and we are not like having any kind of health problem, or we need to really be super strict to lose weight or anything. We're just trying to be healthier by having longer not eating period every day. So I feel just resting 1 day a week is good. So that's what I'm doing, and that's the change for me in the States. Whereas I kept strict 8 hours and it was 11 to 7 normally in Korea. Now 12 to 8 most of the time. Sometimes 11 to 7 because I start working from 7 p.m. To do sessions with Asia. So when I know that I'm going to be starting work from 7 p.m., I eat earlier. Normally, I go with my husband, whose window is noon to 8. And Sunday is off, and I'm enjoying it. I weigh myself every morning, but nowadays I don't even worry or anything. I just weigh myself just to know, but it's not like, oh, I want to lose weight, or I have to be on this, or nothing like that. So for me, intermittent fasting and 10,000 step walk every day make me feel like I can eat anything whenever I want to, as long as it's in the 8-hour window, and make me feel healthy. So if you've heard of intermittent fasting but you haven't really thought that you can do it, if you're interested, I strongly recommend it. At the beginning, maybe limiting the eating window to 8 hours seems hard, but it's actually more liberating than any other eating habits or eating, like diet. So if you are interested, please give it a try, and let me know how you felt. So my question to you is, have you heard of intermittent fasting, and how do you feel about it? And if you are interested, what's holding you back? And if you've tried, then please let me know how it is for you. Thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. See you next time.